All right, welcome everyone to this Q&A session with Mexi's new Chief Operating Officer. I'm William, your host for the Q&A video, and we have Vugar. Welcome to Mexi.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here and I hope I can answer all your questions.
First question, could you share just a little bit about your professional background and what brought you into the whole crypto industry?
As most people already know me, I'm Vugar Usi. I am Chief Operating Officer by Destiny now. This is the second company that I'm working as Chief Operating Officer. Originally, I come from a marketing background. And my whole crypto journey is very interesting because I usually say people come to crypto to make money. I'm here more of a different story. It's kind of a keep what I already had. Back in 2018, 19, I had a company, I exited. And when you give 25, 26 year old, like a couple of $1 million, of course, as everyone else, what I wanted to do is to go and buy a car and go buy a home. And how you would do that, especially because I was already based in Dubai at that time, I needed to do like some cross-border transactions, and it was super expensive. I had to go through the lawyers, explain bank how I even made my money, pay taxes, and all these 7 rounds of hell. At some point, my friend told me that, oh, there's this cool thing, Bitcoin. We can just buy it here and then sell it there. It's cheaper, it's faster. It was no one. It wasn't like as widespread as like this today. There wasn't much exchanges that you could do this. Whole thing was pretty, let's say, dangerous, pretty unstable. But I was like, okay, this kind of sounds interesting. Let me. It's like a worse than taking the risk, and we eventually did, and that's how I discovered crypto for myself.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually have a similar reason too. Like one of the reasons why I love crypto so much, it was just so much easier to send funds to friends and family. I don't have to go to bank and wait for like 3, 4 days just to hope that it'll actually arrive through bank transfer. Awesome, wonderful. Let's move on to the next community question. So someone wants to know what really attracted you specifically to Mexi, and why did you feel this was the right place for you for your next leadership role?
Uh, Honestly, most because I used to be chief operating officer in another exchange, right, before joining Mexi. And when you are in such a like a C-level position, you literally go through every competitor's product, whether it is Mexi, Bybit, OKX, Binance. You literally know more about them and their product than maybe the company itself, because you always try to guess what is their next move. And Mexi was always very special for me because Mexi has a very unique audience. I always say, in my opinion, the people who use Mexi is no one's first exchange. You don't one day wake up to buy Bitcoin and go to Mexi. Usually, people who use Mexi, they are people who already been to Binance, to Bitget, to OKX, to Bybit, and they come to Mexi because they are looking for something that other exchanges don't provide. Whether it is a special new token listed on the exchange, whether it is zero fee trading, maybe it is some high leverage that they have, you know, virtue they want to do conduct that trade and no one is providing. Therefore, for me, Mexi always been this place where you have to keep an eye that you don't lose your customer to Mexi. And when I was thinking about my next move, I was like, okay, this is really an exciting place because I already know enough about the place. I already know about the audience, and I already know how I can make this place better, how I can help Mexi to attract more users, and how help Mexi to be one of the top exchanges. And I think today, being here is kind of I think to myself that I am on the right track. I could kind of rightly guess what Mexi stands for and how I can impact the business. And therefore, I'm very excited to be here today. But again, as I mentioned, during my tenure at Bitget, I kept a close eye on Mexi for a couple of years, whether it is company's growth, whether it is its team members.
Absolutely. I got like some of a few professional crypto trading friends back in Canada, and they always go to Mexi for the really fast new opportunities because we list stuff so fast. I just want to add that in. Awesome, wonderful. Let's move on to the next community question. So, someone says, Every leader has a core mission when they join a new organization. So, what is the main goal or focus you're bringing to Mexi as its new chief operating officer?
First and foremost, when you run operation, you want to have a smooth operation, right? As the famous song says, smooth operator. I want to be the smooth operator to make sure that we have the world class product that runs smoothly and everyone is happy and enjoys using it. That is my first goal. Second is definitely the growth. There are new markets that I want to tap into with our product. It is Eastern Europe, CIS, Turkey, and Latin America. And lastly, I want to bring Mexi to be the compliance ready platform where we can focus on serving the customer in the most compliant way.
Awesome, wonderful. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one's about your day to day responsibilities. Can you describe a little bit of your day to day and how your role will influence both the platform as well as the wider Mexi ecosystem?
You know, it's so funny. I always say, like, when you run operations, no day is the same because when you run marketing, a division, you wake up, you do marketing, right? If PR, you do accounting, then you like your day is so predictable, but like in operations every day is so different. Today you might have a completely different task to do, but you wake up that legislation change in one country and you need to have a plan B, or the other day you are in need of restructuring a whole department and you want to hire 10 new people. Therefore, every day is so different, and no 2 days are the same. One day you go for an event in one country. Therefore, in my opinion, working in operations is the most exciting place because every day is new.
What are some strengths or past experience you believe will help you make a significant impact here at Mexi?
I take a huge pride on two aspects. One is definitely the growth because I used to be chief marketing officer at Being Crypto, one of the largest and almost only the profitable crypto media. I have the company to grow massively in Southeast Asia, also Latin America. Same applies for BitGet. I think when we talk about BitGet, probably back in times when I joined first BitGet, no one knew about the company. It was one of the smallest exchanges, merely 10 million users in 3.5 years. And I served there as 2.5 years as a chief operating officer also. The company grew to become world's third largest exchange. We did partnership with Lionel Messi, with the partnership with La Liga. We worked with Olympic sportsmen, MotoGP, and all the big things, and helped the company to grow from almost 10, 11 million users to 120 million users. 10x growth. I think it is very huge journey. And when we talk about such huge growth, we talk about in a multi kind of an aspect journey where you have to build a better product to serve this kind of a vast majority of the users. You need to think about compliance. You need to think about how different people in different parts of the world have a different needs when it comes to product and the crypto as a tool in itself. And I think all these kind of an experiences coming together equips me enough to be successful here and Mexi and make the company to grow in a faster speed and to become the world leader. But also looking back to my experience, because I served at Fortune 500 companies, it is, I think, a very unique experience. You rarely meet someone in crypto with such a kind of a corporate background, corporate experience, who can bring on board and facilitate the journey of an exchange that is kind of in this global transition. Because today, when we look at Mexi, what makes us unique is that we are at this threshold, we're at this life-defining moment that we are truly becoming a global exchange. We today probably serve 40 million users. We move around $50 billion daily, especially in futures market. We are at top three, top four, which means we need to kind of think very smartly about future, what we will be kind of contributing the future of crypto and future of trading, and also what future will bring to us. And I believe my experience both on a growth end but also both on a corporate end will help to Mexi to become this new cool place. Because when I talk about companies or think about the company, it's not only about the users who come and enjoy the best product in the world, but it's also about people who make these great products. Today at Mexi, we have more than 2,000 team members from almost 60, 70 nations. It means there are representation of 70 different cultures in the company, and we need to kind of build this great place to work. And that is my vision, where I want to build this company that is the best place to work. This is the best product to use. This is the coolest thing to be part of. And this cultural moment that we want to create is will be very, very important, because in next kind of an 1 year we all need to align on the big vision, big goal, to make sure that we all come together within the company and build and define this great product that millions of people will be using and enjoying moving forward. And I think uh, maybe in a year when we have similar talk, similar Q&A, I can tell you how much I am succeeding. But definitely the vision is there, and because I have all the these past experiences, I believe will help me to kind of fast track and propel this. Because especially in today's market, people don't have kind of patience to wait, and it is not your traditional old school company where we take months and months to make a decision or produce a result. Here everything is very fast, and I always say in crypto, you know, the concept of the dog years. I think crypto has a similar concept. It's like a crypto years. Whatever you would do for in a year, in crypto you have to do it in a month. Either you go big or you go home. Therefore, it's a very challenging and like a demanding place to be at. But I'm very happy that the team trusted me. Team got me on board, and now I have to deliver.
Awesome, wonderful. Glad to have you here. Some people just love the challenge like me. All right, wonderful. Let's move on to the next question. Crypto, as you mentioned, evolved really fast, and it's a fast moving industry. So, what are the biggest opportunities you see right now for exchanges, and how do you plan to position Mexi to take advantage of these new opportunities?
When we look into crypto, for people as old as me, like we all remember back in times, like online was a new thing. But today we buy our flight tickets online, we book our taxi online, and almost every company became an online company, right? If whether you sell a grocery, whether you are a clinic, everything is online. I believe next 3, 4, 5 years, whatever could be on chain will be on chain, and every company will become an on chain company. Whether you are putting again your medical records and test results on chain, or you're in a university issuing diplomas that is on chain verifiable, or you are a trading company. And when we look today, even like a large stock exchanges like Nasdaq, they are planning to become 24/7, to become on chain. All big players like Robinhood are offering a tokenized asset. I think being on chain and being tokenized is definitely a thing. I'm not even saying it's a thing of tomorrow, it's a thing of today. My vision for Mexi is to kind of be in front of all this change and be the first one to bring the change. In the beginning, you mentioned a very good thing for of your friends, that many people come to Mexi because we are the first to list, and usually this is a discovery platform where you discover gems, and everyone else, Binance's, OKX's, Bybit's, BitGet's, a kind of a list after. And once that listing happens, people who already invested on Mexi get like a 2x's, 5x's return on your initial investment. And this shows like a Mexi's forward thinking ideology. And I want to continue this. And not only in a, like a listing of a project, but also building a product and offering the solutions. But I still believe that when you try to do everything at once, you become very mediocre, and I want to avoid that. At Mexi, we will still focus on being the best place to trade. We want to have a laser focus on bringing the best trading tools. And today at Mexi, because we offer zero trading fee, it means you will only come and trade at Mexi if it is the best tool out there. And this is how we beat the competition. And we want to really focus on the aspects of educating people how to conduct the best trade and be the best place to trade.
Awesome. Absolutely. Uh, let's move on next one. And I think you kind of touched a little bit on this next question because you talked about like areas of improvement and upgrade. That said, some people want to know what particular areas of improvement do you really think Mexi, the platform or the service itself, are you most excited to really focus and upgrade on?
Honestly, if I say I don't, I would be lying. Definitely, for everyone else who been little bit in the industry, went through the Twitter or X or social media, or just talk to people at the conferences, there are a couple of shortcomings that I want to address in Mexi. One and the most is being building the best policies and terms and conditions and compliance rules, and that will be my focus because I want Mexi to be the most transparent place. If you are coming to trade, you will be 100% sure that your funds are safe and secure here. And how I'm planning to do this, because I come from a policy background, I did my master's at Harvard on policy making. I want to build a clear guidelines as a guiding principle to make sure that all user funds are safe and we address the user fund issue and make sure we serve everyone compliantly. Being compliant ready is the key aspect that I will be focusing on. And I want to assure everyone who trades on Mexi that their funds will be the safest and easiest way and the most transparent way possible, whether they will be able to access their funds whenever they want. Secondly, I'll be focusing on transparency. We will be starting conducting audits by the independent third parties, namely Hacken, because Hacken Group, I think, the most regarded independent auditors out there. We will be consistently publishing our proof of reserves, making sure that all our user funds are again available on the platform on demand. We will keep our promise and our promises that we will never ever touch user funds, and we will always have the at least 100% ratio of the user funds in place, making sure that we serve our users in the most transparent way. I usually say that whenever you conduct your first trade, it's most of the time it is not the successful one, and I used to call it a tuition money. When you lose a little bit money to learn how to conduct a trade, what we want to do at Mexi, we want to kind of insure your first loss and make sure that if you conduct first futures trade, of course, there's an upper limit of $500 until $500. If you conduct a trade and if you lose trade, you will be refunded fully by Mexi, making sure that it is your kind of a tuition money is coming back to you. That is what we want to do also, to build more and more tools where our users can conduct trades or invest in crypto in a lower risk or kind of and have like a risk sharing model, because we want to guide everyone through this journey of making enough money, making enough investment, or choosing the right thing. And that's what I'll be focusing on, not only just focusing how to kind of produce or build the best tools, but also have a practical opportunities for people to come and take advantage of our platform. Let's not forget, when we talk about, let's say, $100 investment with 500 leverage, it is a huge money that can, if successful, can change one's life, whether it is about doing a down payment for an apartment or buying a new car. And I want our 40 million customers today, but more and more customers in future, have an opportunity to take advantage of what the platform has to offer and do kind of a guide users through this learning curve in a most inexpensive way, or in a most risk-free way for the user possible.
What message would you like to share directly with the Mexi community as you step into this whole new chief operation officer role?
First of all, I want to thank everyone, especially this couple of weeks was a very interesting period for Mexi, it and for entire industry, because we witnessed Bitcoin prices going down. We saw some FUD happening around Mexi, and through all this time, I've seen that actually most Mexi users, they know why they are in a platform. They truly believe in the platform, and they know how to take an advantage of the situation, which is a great way to start. I'm very proud to be today part of this community. I see myself as a community member because, as I mentioned, even when I worked for competitor exchange, I was trading on Mexi because of its zero fees. And I usually say who enjoys the zero fees the most are people who trade literally small. If you are trading 100 $200, you don't want to it go waste on a commission. Or if you take and trade million, if you're a huge whale, again, you don't want to kind of waste your money on the commission. And Mexi is that's why they're one of the best places to trade, and that's why I love Mexi. And it is very clear that people who use the platform, they're also very well aware of the advantages that company or platform provides compared to any other exchange out there. And what I wanted to say all our community members that I'll be working hard to make all of you proud and deliver the promises that I already made about the growth and opportunities we want to bring to the table. But definitely, I also want to establish this direct communication and transparency. I all my social handles are the same, and I have been always very communicative in my past jobs. Also, I'll continue doing the same service at my current job. You can literally reach out to me across Twitter, Instagram, or even Telegram, and I will try to do my best. Definitely, I want you to be patient a little bit within the boundaries, but I will definitely want to establish that direct communication channel with every member of the community, whether they have a suggestion, whether they want to give an idea of a new product that we might develop. I am always open to the suggestion, and I am always open to kind of build this two-way communication because I believe only with a right feedback and right kind of a two-way communication, we can build the next big thing that will impact millions' life and change millions' life. And lastly, I also want to kind of use this opportunity to say thank you to more than 2,000 team members and Mexi. As Chief Operating Officer, I'll be working with every of you to build Mexi as a best place to work and a best place to create. And I want to all of us to use an opportunity to put our efforts, co-create together, and think how we can build the best platform to trade, a best exchange for people, for millions to come and to use. And definitely, we can think about how we can make Mexi the best place for everyone to kind of an town square to come together, right? Whether you are a user, whether you are a large institution, whether you are a project who want to come and find new customers, find new users of your tokens, whether you are RWA project is looking for investment, or whether you are a young talent who want to come and be part of this community. I want to us all work together and to create this platform where we turn wins into win-wins, and everyone really enjoys to be there, whether you are trading, whether you are building a project, or whether you are part of Mexi family.
Thank you very much, Vugar, for your explanation and thoughts on every question. And thank you everyone for joining today. Until the next Q&A, have a good one.